All right, team. This is your host, Charles Becco, and today we will be talking about something very different. Okay, I'm going to be talking about why I think the play on AMC is totally dead, and yeah, I think AMC is toast, guys. Okay, so for all you apes out there waiting for, the stock market or the world or whatever's out there to make AMC great again, I'm here to let you know it's probably not going to happen, and I've got data to back it up. I almost said data. All right, let's begin. All right. Okay, so first I want to kind of point something out to you guys. This is a screenshot from one of my classes that I do teach. Not really teaching anymore, but this is from an old lesson. Pretty much understand that when I'm speaking with you, I'm speaking to you as a stock bro, but I'm also a former financial professional. I am a graduate with an MBA in finance, and I've had training at a prop trading firm. Okay, so at one point you could say I'm a licensed accredited financial professional, which may be very different than a lot of stock market influencers and gurus out there. Actually, someone on Stock Twits actually made fun of my stock twits following, and I was like, well, I don't necessarily need a crowd to be right. Okay, I could just be right. Yeah, and I think my track record speaks for itself, as many of you who watch my content is here for. All right. But yeah, understand, guys, I am a former financial professional, and when I'm going to be doing these breakdowns, understand that maybe you should pay attention to what I'm saying here. All right. All right, let's begin. All right. So firstly, this is a 5-year chart, weekly time frame. Sorry, 5-year chart, weekly time frame on AMC here. And so we covered this thing extensively. I mean, right from their initial run, right up to the top here. If you notice, the numbers are going up to $700 price. That didn't happen. They've had several reverse splits since their initial runs, and some of these numbers are skewed. Okay, but before I get to the reason why I'm actually making my call out that I think AMC is done, let's just talk about like the chart by itself and just some basic stuff, right? So for me, huge red flag when you see one of these, right? When a stock goes parabolic, typically like this, I want to stay away, okay? A stock goes vertical like this, I've seen this chart pattern time and time again, goes up like this, goes down like that. Typically, that's not a good sign. First off, okay? So there's that, okay? Now, what else am I concerned about, all right? They've been having lots of reverse splits here, right? And so what a reverse split is, when a company needs to make money, they issue more shares. So, I'm sure some of you have watched Shark Tank. Think about it. You have the first round, second round, third round, right? So AMC's had a few rounds within the last, 5 to 10 years. And so, yeah, so pretty much, they had, some offerings over here, but this is around January 1st, right? So around this time, right? Okay. And I'll show you the data on this in a minute. Around this time, the float size for AMC was around 8 million shares. Okay. And then once we had this initial pop, right? Now this is when the apes initially went crazy, right? Like GME, GameStop, just the meme stocks. I mean, I think the stock market was getting clapped back like crazy, and the meme stocks were running, right? When this initially happened, right, another bad and another red flag happened, okay, but something good came out of it, right? AMC, okay, the CEO or the board or whomever, they approved, well, you need the board's approval, right? But actually, you need shareholder approval, excuse me. But they got approval, okay, for an additional 40 million or 37 million, right, to bring the outstanding shares to about 45 million, right around here. And then lightning struck twice. Typically, right, it's a huge red flag when you have a penny stock that after some kind of big bullish push, they just issue shares, right? That typically kills the run. But no, AMC overcame the odds. You apes out there, you said, hey, Wall Street Bets, you guys came in and you showed the heck out, right? So this is 3 weeks worth of price action, and you've drove this thing, which is great, it was amazing, right? But then with each kind of subsequent pump, you had the issuance of more shares, right? And so if you want to look at the chart here, had Dogecoin queued up. Okay, we'll get to that. Again, tail of the tape, right? So again, they said 11, I say 8, right? The one thing that we do know is that the share price went up about 500%, or 5x, I should say. Share price went up. I mean, outstanding shares went up 5x. Okay, in this time, right? And it kind of stayed that way for a minute. And then recently, right, last year in 2023, you had another big ramp, right? So right now, if you're thinking about what initially made the shares run, right, we started with 12 million, right? Now we're up to over 150. That's bad, okay? And what's worse about that, right? So let's say this is the kind of the first round of shares, right? And then right around here is the second round, and the third round, and the fourth round. What's happening is that all the people who bought, right? So whether the share float size, right, was 11 million to 45 to 100 million, and all the way up to 150, all those people got wiped out. And it's a huge, huge, huge red flag just by looking at the chart, right? For you to have all these reverse splits, right? And then for the stock price to come all the way back, not even to where it was, the stock price came down to further than where we came, right? So these were the lows from the initial run, team, right? So before anything happened, before, that screaming cat guy, I forgot his name. And hey, listen, that guy's a legend, okay? I got to figure out his name. But, until that dude, came out with his research was just impeccable, and he's helped thousands of people. I would say even helped millions of people, right? Just after that, AMC just did so wrong by its shareholders, and I'm sorry guys, but they diluted you to hell. Okay, you thought you were in hell here. You were in. I believe the stock price originally before any splits was like $1, right? $1.30 or something like 90 cents. Some of the members of our community may number it better, but look, here we are, right? Just below that price, right? This will be a sub-dollar penny stock, by today's standards, without the splits, right? And so for this main reason, okay, AMC is toast. And AMC, I don't think will ever come back. Okay? Mark my words. Unless they have inverted, split where they, they do 10 for, 10 to 1, right? Or something like that. It's just not possible. Okay? One thing that makes stocks rocket, right, to get these crazy, insane moves is that you need to have a low float, okay? That's one of the criterias, right? Now, just for argument's sake, right? Okay, let's just look at like Uber, right? I just want to just take like a vanilla company, right? If you notice this, we're going over a year. 1.8 billion, 1.9, 2 billion. So companies do this, right? They do issue more shares, right? But it's not like a huge ramp, right? So it is not good to see a company just like diluting like that. Let's look at NVIDIA, right? NVIDIA is the current, you could say, rocket ship for the market. What is going on? Okay. That's not NVIDIA. What is going on? Oh, I see what's happening. I'm typing it over there, and it's not here. Oh, I spelled NVIDIA wrong. Give me 1 second. We had a technical snafu. All right, here goes NVIDIA, right? Okay, so look at a 1-year chart of NVIDIA. Okay, just pretty much flat, right? I mean, they just issued like what, an extra what, 400 million shares or something like that, or 40 million, whatever that is. Nothing, right? Okay, shareholders are not supposed to be getting diluted, right? Now, interesting here. Let's go to GameStop, right? The other big guy in the meme stock verse, right? GameStop. So GameStop didn't do too bad, right? I mean, 3 years, right? So you're talking about, let's go back 5 actually. So it's about 2021. We're at 260, and they did another 40 million. Okay, so GameStop is a little bit different. Okay, GameStop. Okay, let me just give you some hope here. So did GameStop dilute you by 100 million shares? Yeah, but did they do what AMC did? No. Okay, so there may be some hope. You know, if you're looking for that rocket potential, right? Which I think is what you really want in the meme stock craze, right? So there's hope may still be alive for GameStop, right? In terms of its rocket potential versus AMC, which is just, I mean, they just diluted you to hell from the initial run, right? Like 5x. And so if people don't understand what why it's important to not have such a huge outstanding float, is, you know, pretty much think about it like a car that has to go up the hill, right? And when you add more shares, that's like adding more people or more cargo to the car, right? So as you're trying to get up and over the hill, you're going to need more gas. You're going to need more, you know, horsepower. You're going to need more oomph to kind of get over the hump. All right. And so, yeah, guys, I think one of the things that I like, especially about crypto, and that's why we're here looking at Dogecoin right now, because that's my pick for the next rocketer. Okay, is going to be Doge, and I have reasons for that. You should have checked it out in previous videos. The link will be in the description. All right. One of the things that I love about crypto is, hey, the value proposition of crypto is, hey, we have a market cap, we have a circulating supply, right? And that is it, team. We are not going to have any more supply. All right. So if you want something that could potentially 5x, 10x, 100x, 1000x, you want something that is, you're going to want a security or an asset class that you're not going to get more of, right? The reason why the Mona Lisa is the Mona Lisa is because there's only like, what, 1, 2, right? The Michelangelo's pieces, they're a finite amount. Basquiat, right? If you're looking at a piece of Basquiat artwork, there's a finite amount. I mean, Basquiat was pretty prolific. There's thousands of pieces of Basquiat, but that's it. There are thousands, they're not millions, right? Okay, and Picasso, same thing. There's a fixed amount of original Picasso pieces, and that's what gives it its value, right? When they come out with certain Lambos, when they come out with certain Ferraris, there's a finite number of those assets, right? And so if you get one, the joint may be worth more, even with miles on it, after you get it, because they're not making any more of them, right? And so for me, if you really are thinking about jumping into AMC, think about adding some crypto, team. Because again, I'm going to stand on this right here. Every day that Bitcoin is above 50,000, crypto bears have got to be, they have to be just shaking in their boots. Okay? This is what you want the chart to look like. All right? All right? Because I think all-time high Bitcoin is coming. Mark my words. Charles Becco, Brooklyn Traders, tap out of AMC. You apes out there, get in to crypto. My personal favorite, Dogecoin. All right? I do like Ripple as well. Dogecoin, baby. Flying any weather. Dun-dun. I can't play the song. I don't want to get my channel all muted and stuff. I don't want any copyright claims. All right, guys. Thanks, and take care. Hey, thanks for watching. Please follow us at Brooklyn Traders on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. Happy trading, y'all. Stay safe out there.